All right. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Today we back with another chill live stream. Um, not trying to do too much, you know what I'm saying. We'll make this simple and brief, but in this live stream we're gonna break down basically like different energies play out differently in different realms, right? So understanding the gist is like the way things play out here in general. In other realms, they may play out differently. Like, let's give some examples. Okay, we're gonna do different ones. Like, let's say, like, when you talk about like our human release systems, like our ability to defecate, like use the restroom, pee, all that stuff like that. In another realm, some realms don't even deal with those processes at all. And actually, that is true. Some realms, especially certain higher realms, don't even deal with that ability at all. There's not even a physical ability to do that in certain realms. But then in certain realms, they do have their releasing systems, but they may play out in completely different ways. You see what I'm saying? So they may play out in other ways that are different than these ways. Um, Even when you talk about certain illnesses, like certain illnesses, this is the truth. Certain illnesses don't exist in certain realms. Now, certain realms have their different versions of it, and they play out differently. Some of them play out certain higher realms. They play out less dense when it comes to illnesses. So they may have certain less dense, lighter energies of it, but it don't play out as heavy as it do down here as far as like harmful or what's a good word to say like such negatively the way it plays out here like pain and discomfort and stuff like that. Sometimes they may deal in other ways. And then some realms don't really deal with the illness energy at all. It's another thing that they deal with. It's another way of like of living that most people wouldn't even be aware of. You see what I'm saying? Um, and none of these things will necessarily be good or bad. They may feel bad or good, but a lot of times these are just energies and how they play out. Um, let's get into some examples, right? So let's say this, right? Like I said earlier in the previous live, what you could have been good at, um, like basically like what you could have been good at here, you could be good at something here, but then you pass away, you go to another realm that's not of this realm, and you may not that energy that you're doing that you was whatever you was good at, and when you did that here, you was good like baseball, right? Certain realms, there may be another realm that plays out that same energy signature but in a different way. So even though it's in a different energy signature, that's still from the same energetic vibration. So you will be good at that when you get over there. You know what I'm saying? Because it's already accumulation of your spirit. Remember, I said everything we do is an accumulation. We don't um how do I say it? The stuff that we be good at, like a lot of times we bring it with us. It's almost like a chakra. Like there's not just seven chakras. There's not only there's actually 12 main chakras that go from the head to the feet, but they don't talk about the lower ones. But there's actually thousands of other chakras in our body that play out as smaller influences, but they're chakras nonetheless. And these consist of many different things. But basically, like I said, baseball here. Say you're really good at baseball. You're a pro. You're a champion. You're a legend, Hall of Famer baseball, right? When you go to another, you may go to another realm where they have an energy of it may not be played out the exact same way here, but it's another energy that's similar to baseball. It's birthed from that same energy of swinging and hitting some, or it may play out another shape or form in a different way, but it's still back to supported by the same energy of baseball. And so even though it'll be different there and call something else and play out completely different, it's still the same energy. You'll still find yourself being good at that because your spirit is still familiar with it and you've accumulated that. Um, but you may like I always say, here's the kicker. You may go to certain realms if like the further out the realm you go, the higher you go, or the further out you go, you get reborn into a realm that's the further out you go. The further out the realm is that you go to, the more different it'll be, the more unique it'll be. To the point where you may go so far out, that realm that you go to that's far out may not even consist of nothing that deals with this space. So you may go to a reality that don't even have. I'm telling you, I'm trying to tell you, you may go to a reality where it don't even deal with the baseball energy at all. There is no such thing as baseball in that realm. There is no even no there's not even a replica or something that represents the energy of baseball even taking a different form, even if it did, because it's such the realm that you go to is so far away, it consists of different elements. In order to have to come up with the thought of baseball, that you have to have a certain type of elemental makeup. And I told you different worlds are made up of different elements. This is the earth realm, physical. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna get into that. Shout out to you in the chat. Shout out Japan. Much love to Japan. Um, much love to you. Feel free to ask any questions that you need or that you want. I be sure to get to you with them. Um, but yeah, um, appreciate you. Go for Kobe. Appreciate you. Go for Kobe. Shout out Go for Kobe. Everybody go follow and subscribe to Go for Kobe page. Even if you don't got no videos, go subscribe. Shout him out. Um, but what I was saying was yeah, energies play out differently. And so you may go to a reality where it don't even deal with the baseball energy at all. So there's like bump 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 being in the realm of reality where it where there it plays out different. You see what I'm saying? But it's the same energy of baseball. So you was good at baseball here. So you go to that other, like say you go to Pallades. Pallades might have there may be another a planetary system in Pallades. You go to there where baseball may definitely play out in a different way. It may not even be the exact same way physically how we even hit the ball here, but it's still back supported by the same energy. That game, that sport may be played by the same energy. You'll be good at that. But you may go further out, somewhere far out on the other side of the galaxy or somewhere where the energy of baseball don't even necessarily exist in general. Like I said, because energies get manifested first before they get into the physical. So you may be in a situation where you go to a world that don't even deal with baseball at all. It may deal with a whole nother type of energetic system. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm a really small channel hoping to become famous. I know how hard it is trying to make content. Yeah, 100% go for Kobe. Hey, 100%. You know what I'm saying? Much love to you. I've been there too. You know what I'm saying? Keep the grind up. Keeping the hard work and this, that, and the third. Keep your head up. You know what I'm saying? Because you can do it. But yeah, but like I'm saying, you can go so far out that there's no representation of none of the things that you're familiar with. So here's basically what I'm saying. We're in the Earth element. So there are planets, there are realms that are relative to the Earth space, because everything is space and relativity. Think of a bubble in the ocean. They have there's hundreds of other bubbles around that bubble. But and that could just be in the Atlantic off the coast of Florida. But you may go all the way to, let's say, Hawaii, all the way over America, all the way over to the Pacific waters, and those bubbles off the Hawaii coast, those are completely different waters. Those bubbles don't know anything about the waters, the bubbles of off the coast of Florida. You see what I'm saying? In Hawaii, are the bubbles in Japan and Pacific Ocean, that's on the coast of Japan versus the bubbles of water that's on the coast of Miami, that's in the Atlantic. They may not even be aware of each other. They play out in completely different things. Those two waters are made out of completely different elements. The direction is different, the temperature is different, the rotation that it goes in is different, the climate is different, the wave is different, the continental shift is different, the way that you see what I'm saying? Everything is different. So it plays out in different ways. So the further out of a realm that you go to, aka the higher or the farther you go, the more different or unique the realm is going to be, to the point where you go so far, the realm might not consist of anything that you're familiar with this realm at all. So not only will it not be like, oh, I'm not on Earth no more. I went to another world that's still similar to Earth or close to Earth or relative to the Earth's space, not too far from Earth. So even though things still play out differently in those realms that's relative to Earth, there's still certain representations. And even though they play out differently, they're still back supported by the same energy signature. So whatever I was good at here, I can carry there. You may go to a world where you may go farther out, so far out that's not even in the relative space of Earth at all, and you may go to so far out that none of those energy signatures play out like the Earth element at all. So it's gonna be like learning something new. It's gonna be like being in a completely different realm in a completely different element, and you may feel uncomfortable, but it's gonna be like learning something completely different and new. The negative. I'm gonna start with the negative first. I'm teaching y'all real knowledge though. This is real stuff that you can take with you. A lot of y'all probably end up reincarnated anyway because y'all still on y'all journeys. But I'm saying, check this out. the the bad side of when there's no bad, but it's like the negative or whatever of going really far and going to a world that don't consist of the earth element at all, so it's new to you and it's very unfamiliar and make you feel uneasy. The negative side to that is, like I said, it's new and it makes you feel uneasy because you're not like familiar with these energies. So you see what I'm saying? So you gotta relearn them and this, that, and the third. You're not relearning anything. As a matter of fact, you're learning stuff new. So it plays out like you relearning something, but really you just learn a whole bunch of new stuff that accumulate to your spirit to get even bigger, and you can travel even further and take even higher vessels. You see what I'm saying? And get even closer to God. But here's the thing, to the realm of God, that is the real heaven realm, the third heaven, which I'll break that down. I gotta break that down to y'all. But anyway, um, the negative side of going really far out is this. I mean, I'm sorry to say the negative side. I said the negative side. The positive side of going really far out is you'll be in a situation where, say you had like a lot of fears, right? Like, say you had certain fears here or things that you was tired of, like certain illnesses you were tired of, certain sicknesses you was tired of. certain energetic frequencies that you was tired of being in. Um, you didn't really care for this life in general. Uh, you was tired of being in this physical vessels and bodies because even like they way they play it out with pain. It was like I said, illnesses. What's another good one? It's the one on my top of my tongue. I just said I forgot it. I can't get it. Let me see. What's the other one? Like yeah, okay. Like I said, like mental illness and stuff like that. So the positive is when you go to those realms, it plays out so differently to you that even though it's unfamiliar and it's something new you gotta adjust to, it's like a fresh start. So you don't have to bring a lot of those old things with you from the past, those negative feelings and vibrations and illnesses and fears you had and mental issues you had and physical bodily issues you had and the pain we deal with these bodies, like I said, with the decrepitness of these. You don't have to deal with those anymore because you'll be in a new realm in a new space. So everything you learn will be new. You'll have to adjust, but it's like a fresh start. It's like a fresh breath. It's like a fresh breath of air. And the spirit, all of our souls and spirits yearn for these type of experiences. The spirit loves changing into different forms, going into different forms and bodies, and experiencing new things. The spirit hate contraptment. This is why Earth plays out as a hell realm to some people, even when you got bread. If you don't know how to correlate the Earth realm right, even when you got money, some people still end up taking their own life. Some people still end up not liking their life and crashing out and ending it and doing stupid stuff. Because at the end of the day, Earth sometimes can play out like a hell realm because it's so much limitations, constrictions, friction, physical. You see what I'm saying? Physical blockages, things you can't get past, something that's holding you back. You know what I'm saying? Limitations, being boxed in, having to only do stuff this way, structure, but too much structure. You see what I'm saying? It's unbalanced. It's nothing but structure. You see what I'm saying? Nothing but everything having to be this way and having to let people having footprints in the sand for you to do stuff beforehand. You feeling like you can only go about it that way. AKA when we talk about religion, school systems making you do stuff and learn, but you only can learn it this way. Like it's so much indoctrination here. It allows your spirit. It doesn't allow your spirit to be free, and your spirit yearns to be free and be in a situation where it feels free. You see what I'm saying? And that's the one thing about the earth element that is good. It's not no negative and bad because all these experiences can be used and be needed at different times. So you still learning the practicality of earth element. You need it to a certain extent, but it's like when you get lost here and you constantly reincarnate here, your spirit will find it as a hell and it'll actually manifest you in situations to try to detach from this realm. This way you got a lot of people too that be deep into detachment and um trying to basically run away from reality, um, escapism, stuff like that, hard drugs, because they're trying to detach and escape from this reality in some shape or form. Even if they're not fully aware of it, they end up doing that. You see what I'm saying? They feel like life get too hard, aka too hard, too much friction, too much physicalness, too much density. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, like your spirit love to change different bodies in different forms because that's how your spirit feel free. And so your spirit really loves to go into different relative forms. Even if you are from, say you from Earth, and you comfortable with the earth energy by nature, your spirit still want to experience something else. So you might go to another realm that still do correlate with mainly the earth element or deal with a lot of earth element. You may not travel too far out because your spirit is birthed from this space, so you still relative to this space, and this is what's comfortable to you and familiar. To some people, it's not. Some people, they're farther out realms that are familiar with them, and they're starseeds, aka they're not familiar. So just from them, this may be their first time, but they're already ready to go, and it's even worse for them because they tired of being here already. It's their first time. It ain't like y'all that's from here where y'all done been here multiple times and y'all eventually get tired because your spirit want to experience new things. You, your spirit's still from here. It's still familiar and it's comfortable with this. Their spirit may be from another place. They not even comfortable with it it at all. Not even their first time here and they're ready to go. These people that take their own life and stuff like that. But I ain't gonna get too far into that. That's crazy. But no right or wrong to things. But I ain't gonna talk too much on that because I know how it be. You know what I'm saying? When you speak on stuff like that and how sensitive, things get. So, but it is real and it is a reason for why things happen. That's all I'm saying. Like, I will be real with you. There is a reason for things to happen and why people do things. Oh, you said I was lagging. I'm gonna write your channel name down. Hey, appreciate you, go for Kobe. Appreciate that for real, 100%. Yeah, yeah, for sure, man. Thank you so much for letting me know. But yeah, man, like I said, I'm pretty much get up out of here. But I did want to break that down as far as different energies cloud and different realms. Like I said, there's and I'm gonna do another video too. I'm gonna write it down while it's on the top of my head. You said I'm not lagging. Okay, appreciate that. Appreciate that. My next two videos, I'm gonna write down on the top while it's on the top of my head. The first one I know is gonna be basically about how like different vibrations in different realms and how different vibrations play out. Because I'm gonna give you a little preview. Basically, what I'm saying is all emotions and feelings that we can feel right now, like anger, that's from Mars. The ability to imagine, that's for Neptune. The ability to have some type of love, that's from Venus. The ability to be deep into emotions and feelings, that's from the Moon. There's certain realms of realities that don't deal with any of those emotions and feelings. So you got to be spiritually hard. You got to be spiritually ready to detach and not be constantly stuck to these realms because you're gonna basically limit yourself in your spirit. It's a lot of beauty out there. It's hell realms out there too. Don't get it twisted. Now I won't lie to you, but it's a lot of beauty out there. It's a lot of beauty out there too. Don't get it twisted. And you limit yourself only to the earth realm, only being, aka, some sense of familiarity or something that you only familiar with and that you're comfortable with. That's just because you only the thing you aware. That's the only thing you're aware of at the moment, you know. But there are realms out there that don't deal with none of these negative emotions. They may have their own versions of them, but they don't deal with none of these negative emotions. You know what I'm saying? They may deal with things on a lighter note. So it's always important to keep your spirit light as a feather, and be free so that you can reach into different types of realm realities and less dense realm realities and higher realm realities that don't deal with as much baggage. You see what I'm saying? There's always going to be a yin and yang. There's always going to be a positive and negative. You see what I'm saying? But you got to understand that. And appreciate you, Golfer Kobe. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Love all y'all. Thank you so much for the support. I hope y'all understand what I'm trying to say. And if you have any questions, put them in the chat in the comment section. I get back with y'all. I'm going to go ahead and write these new videos down while they on my mind. You know how I be sometimes. I be forgetting. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all so much. Y'all take it easy. Y'all stay spiritually equipped. Remember, the most important thing with your spirit is to be light. To be light, situation where you become too heavy. And that's the thing. Life can make you do that though. People be in situations where um people be in situations where they may get their heart broken. The government and these jobs make us feel make us feel bad. They make us feel like life ain't be worth living. They make us feel like we putting all our time and effort towards their stuff, which they are. They make us feel like we ain't getting paid really was worth our time, be much more than that, which we are. You see what I'm saying? That's true. And that's why we feel that way in the first place, because your spirit gonna always let you know when something up. And the reason why you feel that way is because your spirit letting you know that it's tired of being in that circumstance situation. But it's also time to do something about it so you can get out of that situation. See what I'm saying? Appreciate you, Golfer Kobe. Much love to you, man. Shout out everybody. Shout out Golfer Kobe. 100% tuned in to him. Appreciate you so much. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here because I know I said enough. But yeah, just understanding that different energies play out differently in different realms. You see what I'm saying? Even and I even say this before I go out though. Even when you talk about, let's say, like certain abilities that we do here. We already broke down the baseball, so you kind of understand different abilities, and that could be anything. It could be any type of art, different any type of sport, any type of activity that you went to can play out differently in another realm. You see what I'm saying? But remember, I said the farther out you go, it may not even have none of those energies at all. But let's say something like this is a really good one right here, and I'm gonna end it off this one. Let's say you talk about like sexual energies. Like sexual energies in this realm play out from like a lower nature, like as far as they call it lower nature, but really I don't look at it as lower or higher. To be honest, if you ask me, the sexual chakra actually spiritual. If you ask me, the root chakra to me actually spiritual. If you really want to be real, because one of the highest forces of spirituality is creation, because creation is what started it all, and that is spiritual, aka your art, the ability to be an individual and create, that is spiritual in itself. So I'm not saying go around and just spread your energies with everybody. That's, you got to keep it sacred, but at the same time it's like sexual energy is definitely spiritual, because matter of fact, when you control your sexual energy and channel it the right way, it gives you more spiritual energy in the first place if you know how to put it into the right area and channel it in the right way. But anyway, sexual energies play out the way they play out here when you talk about the root chakra and those energies and those vibrations. And so they play out through your, saying your private parts and creation and stuff like that. And but in other realms of realities, they have it from that point of view, but they also have it from a higher point of view too, like the ability to birth out seeds from your higher chakras. There's actually worlds where you birth out seeds through your higher chakras. That's why I say when people be taking psychedelics, people be talking down on them, but it's not a lot. It's a lot of knowledge to them. And I'm not saying that I advise people to go just do a whole bunch of psychedelics, but I'm saying people do psychedelics. It's a lot of knowledge of psychedelics. It's the reason why that world trip you out so hard. It's the reason why people have bad trips so hard. One, if that be from the inside, any bad trip you had in the first place is already meaning you in a bad state of being because it's spiritual. So your internal realm is your spiritual realm. So anything you take psychedelics, you go into your spiritual realm. So everything you're dealing with, you face that because like you go in the yin realm, you go in the spirit realm, and if your inner realm is effed up and you feel bad about yourself and you go through negative states of being, you go in that. You see what I'm saying? You go into your truest self technically. But I ain't gonna try to go into that. But I'm telling you why people have a hard time dealing with themselves on these trips. And then when it comes to it being so different and they not even remember what kind of world they was just in and it like freaked them out like damn was so unique, this was so weird, this is so vast, this is different, it's very trippy. That's because a lot of those realms do kind of play out in that way. Like you gotta learn to detach from the third dimension in some type of shape or form. You gotta learn to attack her. When you get in that spirit realm, you're gonna realize that things play out differently, and that's how you end up reincarnating because you end up not being ready because you looking for some type of familiarity and structures and chairs and buildings and walking and stable and groundedness, not realizing the spirit realm don't even deal with that really like that though. Not really. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, that's what I was saying. Sexual energies play out differently. They play out through the root chakra and the sexual organs in this realm and it's creating the baby. But in other realms, there's certain other realms, but they play out in the lower and the root chakra too, and the sexual organs too. But they also you can birth babies from your higher chakras too, not just your lower root chakra. You can birth it from your higher chakras. You can birth it from like the crown chakras and your higher chakras from the head and stuff like that. Because I know you don't see it that way, but because you can't hear, you're not in those type of bodies, so you can't see it that way. You're not in the type of physical vessel to see it that way, unless you either in a dream. If you wasn't dreaming right now, you would understand what I was saying, because your spirit would show it to you. Or if you were some type of psychedelic, you would understand what I'm saying, because you'd be tapped into that realm. But you can, yeah, you birth out. They birth out. You can birth out spirits and seeds from your higher chakras in those realms. And then there's certain realms where, believe it or not, you may not birth out spirits from your lower chakras at all. You may birth out from other different types of chakra system that you have, and don't play out as far as the root like that. But even though it don't play out the root, you think it's sexual. Like, oh, is that less the pleasure? It plays out as even. It could even play out as more pleasurable because you be in a bigger vessel and be able to contain much more energy, have much more current to you, be much more powerful. So all the energies are that much more powerful in those different realms. But those when you get like higher up into the realm. But even if you go like up a couple realms, a couple notches, a realm or two, you still experience the differentness and have more ability to do things. You know what I'm saying? Like in certain realms, like you're hermaphrodites. So it's not just this vessel. You don't like. It's not just you just taking man or a woman. It's certain vessels in certain realms of realities you go to. Once you ascend high enough that you take both vessels, you become the man and the female. But like I said, you can't see because you can't perceive it in this body. Remember, we're in the third dimension, so you can only perceive so much from a third. Think about when you in geometry class and they draw that. You know that they draw that house. Where it's like the square, but it's like the third dimensional square, so you can kind of see through it, but it's still like a third dimensional figure. But then if you add a fourth and fifth dimension to that, it gets more complicated. You can barely even see it and kind of like comprehend it. It's like that. So you're not gonna be able to see it the exact same way with these eyes, but if you can comprehend, you can comprehend. So that's why it's the way that it is. But yeah, you'll have both vessels. You'll be a man and female. And some spirits want to resonate a little bit more closer to their masculine side. Some spirits want to resonate more so closer to their feminine side. But however, you still have both genders in that realm. And a person to even be able to have intercourse with themselves and create life within themselves. The higher up you get, the less you need from external world. Like right now, in order to create a baby, 9 to 19, you need to go find another partner. In those realms, you become more of a, like I said, more powerful being. You can do more by yourself. So you'll actually be able to create life within yourself because you are the male and the female, and you'll be one, and you'll have both organs, and you can interchangeably have intercourse within yourself and create life and birth seeds just from yourself that way. So it gets trippy, but that's a trippy realm. That's why when you take psychedelics, it get trippy. You know what I'm saying? Because the spirit realm, you talk about higher dimensions, you're not gonna be perceiving it through this third dimensional lens like you see everything normal now. It's gonna be from a higher point of view. But let me get to the comment you say. Shout out Golfer Kobe. Shout out Mike. How you doing? Doing pretty good. I'm gonna get up out of here. I know you'll be famous one day. I will be supporting. I will try to come to every stream. I hope you will really be. Thank you so much, Golfer Kobe. Much love to you. I always shout you out, man. Every stream I shout you out. As long as you're here, I shout you out. Appreciate you so much, man. Much love to y'all. Much love to all y'all. Y'all take it easy. Y'all stay spiritually inclined. Y'all meditate, clear your mind, get your mind right, spend some time to your spirit. That's meditating is giving time to your spirit, giving your spirit that time of clarity. So you're not trying to hone in and hover over thoughts all day. You giving your spirit time to be free and be light as a feather and have clairvoyance, because that's how you have clairvoyance is through meditation. The ability to have clairvoyance. When you meditating, you clearing all thoughts and feelings away. So you in that clear nakedness space. That's when you closest to God. Because when you go to God, the higher you go up to the realm of God. You can't bring all that clutter with you. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm gonna write these down so I don't forget. Love all y'all. Y'all take it easy. Stay safe. Good night.